working with a really cool organization here, WCS, the Wildlife Conservation Society, Argentina chapter. Yeah. Huh? And we've been working with a guy, Juan Martin.
What do you mean Argentina chapter?
WCS is a global organization, and they have an Argentina chapter. So there's WCS certain parts of the world. So WCS Argentina is who we've been working with on shark conservation. And so we're seeking funding right now to put together an expedition to go and try and
there are sharks in Argentina.
There are tons of sharks in Argentina.
Really?
It's a very special situation.
Huh.
They are fighting to get them protected, and there are several species. Yeah, you have bacotas, you have escalandrún, gatuzo, gatopardo, and as I want to make sure I'm translating them correctly, but gatopardo are broadnose seven-gill sharks. They're like this incredibly ancient species that is very understudied. They're very unknown. Escalandrún are one of the most endangered sharks in the world. They're sand tiger sharks. They get huge. They're massive. They have like
Where are these sharks?
They're in Mar del Plata. They're in Puerto Madryn. They're on the coastal seas, man. And
really?
Yeah. They're tons. We went and we got to do a field day with them capturing. So the cool thing to me in Argentina is that there's a super strong shark fishing community for sport fishing. And this group of biologists and marine biologists are working with Argentinian local shark fishermen to completely like change the culture around catching sharks. And instead of harvesting and killing them, they're tagging them, marking them, and gathering all this data and all this science and releasing them. And they're getting tons of information on their population, on their migration, because they migrate between Brazil and Argentina, on their catch records. Like they're trying to ensure accuracy for harvest rates and things like this so that they can, just ensure that they don't have population collapses. So for us, we're big nature nerds. We're big.
So let me get this straight. There's a bunch of assholes out there hunting and fishing sharks that are endangered for fun.
Absolutely. And don't make me jump on the terminology, but
that's not cool. I don't dig it. I mean,
it's tough.
Fun. I can see if you're starving. Or like, yeah.
It's fair. It's tough because that is the change that they're implementing. Is that now to just go from like yanking sharks out of the water, clubbing them, keeping them, eating some, maybe not, or just, killing them at all. And they are commercially harvested. So trying to get things like quotas and trying to get things like catch reports and trying to get things like, even for people to be mindful about a big problem with the seafood industry in general is just mislabeling. So you're buying what they're calling fish and chips in the store, and half of it's shark, or they're shipping it abroad and they're labeling it something else in other markets like the Korean market, Australian market, and it's just labeled completely incorrectly. And so, so we, at least for me, and my wife and I, as divers, as like, I don't know, I would hesitate to say something as strong as conservationists because we care, and it's really fun, and it's super interesting. It's amazingly fascinating. You never stop learning, and you get to do like these crazy adventurous dives and work with awesome people who are also Argentinian, who are leading the charge on shark conservation in a place where almost nobody knows that.
Right.
Like, it's
because
something
you figure they're in warm water, and like in Miami, in the north of Brazil.
No.
You don't figure they're in Argentina.
Bahia San Blas has got to be like one of the highest concentrations. And truly, the truth is they're so understudied, they actually don't even really know how many there are. So they're trying to get like big baseline data to
the CONICET just recently, they have an underwater project going on.
Okay.
They had one. They did a live feed. I think it was like 7 days they spent underwater in Mar del Plata.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm talking deep.
That's right. And they found the starfish with the culo increíble. No?
Yeah, they had a Messi shirt on. Yeah.
No, it's true, man. It's true. Argentinian seas are some of the most productive, the most uncovered, understudied, and it's just incredible. We kind of mentioned that a little bit, where I was saying like I think the Argentine coast is super underrated, man. Like number one, it's just not even inhabited, and number two, there's a ton to see and explore.